the Northern Territory, a place like no other.
Watch those cars, Will.
Oh, sorry.
The only place in Australia where driving schools can carry out official testing.
You haven't been successful today.
And our cameras follow their every move. Tonight on the driving test, a rush of blood at rush hour.
You need to back off, and I realised he wasn't backing off.
You'll tell me when I fail, yeah?
And there's no need for speed.
60 along here.
It's actually 50. And let's have a look at what you did.
Will they pass or will they fail?
Unfortunately,
In Darwin, the faces of Andrew's driving school are Andrew and Mark. When one instructs a lesson, the other steps in for the test. Today, it's Andrew's turn to get the show on the road. Andrew's first student is Tony. His mates call him Tiny. A man of few words, Tony wants his licence so he can fit in with the school crowd.
Tony's been my student for a while now. We started off in a car park. And for maybe the first 3 or 4 lessons, we stayed in that car park just learning gear changing and stop and going.
Today is a big day. It's Tony's very first lesson on an open road.
Just hold it there. Good, now gently off your brakes and just let the car roll. And stop right there. Whoa.
I forgot to brake slightly.
Gently brake it, yeah? This car's a bit more touch than my other one. Yeah. Okay, are we ready? You ready? Yeah. Okay, clutch out halfway again. Nice and slow. Now a little bit of power. And off you go. Clutch out slowly.
It's so different.
Yes, it is. Slightly different. You'll be fine. Let's just stay on the outside of that road.
It's all right.
That's all good. Good, straight ahead. Now start steering. Indicators back on. Indicators came off. Indicators back on. On. It's going to come off again. It's going to come off all the way. That's it. Now a little bit of power. Probably every 5 minutes I was holding onto the wheel. The problem is with Tony is when I get him to do a gear change, he then takes his eyes off everything else, concentrates on the gear change, forgets what else is going on, and then we start veering into things. Watch those cars, Will.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Clutch out slowly. And slowly. All right, clutch in for me. I'm normally pretty calm when I'm on a driving lesson, but occasionally that can surprise me. Power off first, power up, power up. Whoa. Sunglasses fell off. Perfect. Tony probably stalled about roughly 10 times on his drives. Okay.
Did I do that?
Yeah, we stalled. That's all right. Clutch in, start the car up. I'm pretty confident that I can get people ready for their driving test. At this stage, that's all right. Start. Tony's not one of them. Turn. Off your brakes. All right. Start the car up for me.
Over at Palmerston Driving School, instructor Scott is stepping up to take a lesson.
Been a driving instructor for 13 years, best job in the world. I like to have a laugh, but driving is a serious business.
Brushing up on his driving skills before his test is student Jack. Worried that his dad's home lessons have steered him in the wrong direction, Jack needs Scott to set him straight.
Afternoon, Jack. How we going? Not so bad. How are you? Good, mate. Good to see you again.
I think I still need a lot to improve on.
If Jack wants those P plates, one of the moves he has to nail is the hill start.
Remember how to do a hill start?
Lots of revs.
Revs is your friend, yes.
All right, give it a go.
Where's the friction? I think he was more concentrating on the shoulder check side of thing, and when I'm more feeling the car and it's shaking.
Damn it!
We'll try again.
It was kind of embarrassing. I shouldn't have stalled. I got really angry with myself inside.
Hey, better. You get the good ones with the bad ones, so well done.
Jack has plenty of motivation to get his licence for reasons close to his heart.
So when you do get the chance to drive your car again, who will you be practicing with?
My dad.
Your dad.
Yes.
And how many times have you driven with Mum?
Never.
Never. She don't trust you?
No. Yeah. She passed away like 3 years ago.
Oh,
So I live with my dad essentially right now.
sorry to hear, yeah.
So yeah, that's why I only ever drive with my dad.
Yeah,
Don't have anyone else to really drive with. Since my mum's died and since I only have one parent around, it's not like my dad can always drive me around everywhere. I suppose it's pushed me a little bit further to get my P's because this is my last step in my independence.
Honestly, pat yourself on the back, good lesson.
Mum's gonna be with me, so I really want my P's and I'm going to go for them.
With so much on his mind, how is he going to handle the pressure of his test? Now it's over to Mark to step into examiner mode. He has the power to turn learners into qualified drivers. His next student under the spotlight is 16-year-old Sarah. High achiever Sarah works part-time to pay for her lessons. At $75 a pop, she's invested a lot into passing today's driving test.
Morning, Miss Sarah. How are you?
Good, thanks. I'm just nervous that I'll fail it. No, it's a lot of money.
Your driving test number today is 16553.
I'd like to get my licence because I'd like more freedom. Wouldn't have to have my parents who drop me off and pick me up. So just need to concentrate.
Sarah's 45 minutes starts now.
Follow the road all the way to the end, please. How polite, mate. We turn right. We're going down a side street, and a lot of students there tend to pick up their speed. She did. She got to 58 k an hour, which is 8 k an hour over the speed limit. She then asked what the speed limit was.
It's 60 along here.
It's actually 50. He brought it down to 50. Didn't panic, didn't overdo it, but then allowed it again to go back up to 58 k an hour.
Sarah's trying not to think about her mistake and focuses on the end game.
Up to the point where she's now completed all 3 manoeuvres, Sarah hasn't dropped a point. So she's actually driving quite nicely.
With under 10 minutes to go, Sarah just has to hold her nerve.
We are turning out onto quite a busy section of the road there. She's looked left and right, and she's gone to pull out, and there is a ute coming. That's me braking. We're obviously in the car. Once I'd actually braked, her whole demeanour seemed to change. She was visibly upset. A deep breath. Sarah's a good driver, and we tend to forget sometimes that driving test is the most important day of their life. I'd like you to find somewhere to park the car for me, please.
16-year-old Sarah is coming to the end of her driving test. After instructor Mark had to step in, the result now hangs in the balance.
Okay. Sarah, remember asking me going down the road what the speed limit was?
Yeah.
It's actually 50. You were already doing 58. And then we went to pull out in front of that car at the shopping centre.
Yeah.
And I had to brake.
Yeah, I was just about to, and then you just did it before me. And
So because I've intervened and you were speeding on 2 occasions,
yeah.
you've not been successful today. There's a lot to like about what you did today.
Okay. I failed.
But if you can hold it together and do the stuff that you're supposed to do,
It was a simple mistake that I could have avoided.
then there won't be too much of an issue.
I just feel really bad about it. I'm just disappointed.
Don't be overcritical with yourself. Come on, mate.
So, yeah. I just don't want to waste money, but I shouldn't, you know?
They put the pressure on themselves. And that's why they show that emotion.
Yeah, sorry.
I think what she needs to do is concentrate on what she's doing and try not to be as nervous next time.
Tony's back, just like clockwork, every Tuesday at 10 a.m. He has a driving date with Andrew.
Hey, it's Andy. How are you?
Today is lesson number 24 and counting.
Okay, when you're ready. Feels like I've been teaching him for many years. As a young 16-year-old, now he's all grown up. He actually swears in the car now, so never did that before.
Tony may be growing up fast, but his driving is slow going.
Tony's biggest downfall is everything I teach him in the lesson, he tends to forget it by the next lesson, so we spent half the lesson just trying to remember what we did last lesson. Better check your reverse parallel parking and see how much you remembered. Hopefully you remember them. You remember them?
Sort of.
We practice reverse parallel parking again. All right, when you're ready. He's had about maybe 5 driving lessons attempts of doing reverse parallel parking, so it's not new to him. What happened there?
No.
Huh?
I don't know.
We're going to try that again. Concentrate, yep? Think it through. In theory, he knows what to do for reverse parallel parking. When we make him do it in practical terms, I don't know what goes through his head. Yep. Think what we got to do. Try it again. Take a deep breath. This is where my patience really gets pushed to its limits, I guess. I just got to smile and keep reassuring that he knows what to do, and hopefully one day it will all click and he'll get it right. We'll take a break from this. Let's go for a little drive.
I find the most challenging thing parallel parking, and I forget to do shoulder checks.
Check traffic. Got to keep an eye on that. Missed 3 head checks, yeah? It's all over.
Yeah.
Missed about like 6 by now.
Luckily, Andrew is a patient man and tries a different approach.
Come on, you got to just think it through. Because what's going to happen if I'm not there?
I failed.
But we don't want you to fail now, do we? Pretend it's a video game. You're good at video games, aren't you?
No, I just said I play it. I don't play it all the time.
What are you good at then? Tell me.
I'm good at sleeping.
Really, eh? You're good at sleeping. Tony passing his driving test, it'll be one of my greatest achievements. Repetition can make perfect, eventually. Oh, I'm gonna do with you. I'm gonna retire. We're gonna get old together.
In Palmerston, after 6 lessons, it's Jack's test day. Putting on her examiner cap is instructor Melissa.
I've been an instructor for 16 years. It's a job I'll probably be doing for the rest of my life. I love it. I give 100% and I truly care about all my students.
Today, Jack's late mum is with him every step of the way.
It's funny because it's actually today is my mum's birthday, so it all lines up perfectly. I'll get my P's and it'll be my mum's birthday. She can look down at me and be really proud.
Test time is 11:15 a.m. and this is test sheet number 16627.
With the clock ticking, the key to any driving test is to get off to the best possible start.
I stalled. First thing that went through my mind, fail. Instant fail right there. I suppose that was just jitters.
If you can, we'll pull over up ahead near that big large tree.
And it's not long before Jack has to face his old nemesis, the hill start.
Whenever it's safe and you're ready.
In his lessons, the hill start was Jack's Achilles heel. He has to get it right this time, so his stress levels are at an all-time high.
Just stay calm, don't panic yourself, don't rush it. You have all the time in the world at this point. I ended up doing it almost perfectly. I don't know how it just happened.
But has Jack spoken too soon? With another half hour left in his test, there's a long way to go.
So the first set of lights will go straight.
So as we were approaching the traffic lights, there was vehicles on the side, so I was anticipating the lights to change. They did change orange, and at that point, he did choose to go, but he just didn't commit to that.
I was sort of hoping I had made it, but I had no idea at that point.
All Jack can do is keep calm and carry on. He's racing against the clock, but Jack needs to take his time.
And at the roundabout coming up, going left.
As we were approaching the roundabout, not sure if he was familiar with the area, but when he did come up, there was too many vehicles on the roundabout already. And I was thinking, you shouldn't be entering right now. He felt like he could sneak up. He did gas it quite hard, but he just had to give way to that vehicle.
Sorry.
You need to back off, and I realised that he wasn't backing off.
Pretty sure I was able to save it. So I feel quite confident with myself.
But will that confidence be shared by Melissa once she's worked out Jack's scores?
And yeah, we'll pull over to the left here. There's a lot of cars here at the moment. I just need a few minutes. I just need to tally this up.
I'm really nervous. On a scale of 1 to 10, I was 10. Hoping to God at this point to get my P's.
Teenager Jack has just finished his driving test.
I just need to tally this up.
On the day of his late mum's birthday, he's desperate to do her proud.
Okay. There was a couple of incidences which I think you might be aware of.
Yeah.
The first one was at the traffic light. When the lights did change, you've got to decide it earlier.
Yeah.
I think you made the decision to go, but then you slowed down and you sort of went through. So on that one, if you maintained your speed, you possibly would have made it. There was also another incident at a roundabout where we were turning left, and there was a vehicle coming out. Normally when there's 2 lanes, you can just sneak around to the left, but in that one, there was a Form 1 lane. You did realise, but you realised a bit too late. Yes, so there was a vehicle there. Everything else,
fine.
is perfect.
Jack needs a score over 90 to pass. So, has he done enough to get over the line?
So, unfortunately,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
yeah.
I failed. Oh, what the da. To be honest, I'm glad I failed because failing is just another part of learning. That means I'll be seeing Scott again.
He's got a great spirit. I think he'll come back. The nerves will be a little bit less, and he might even ace it next time.
I felt that Mum was with me the whole time, but hey, I gotta learn somehow. And I'm pretty sure she would rather me be safe than not. You know what? Gonna laminate this, gonna stick it on my wall and think about it every time I go do a test of any sort and think, all right, you've gotta do something twice sometimes.
After 6 months of weekly lessons, Tony's day of reckoning has come. Andrew's taking Tony to face the music with examiner Mark.
If he passes, I think the first time in my life I will be sad. I won't have a friend on Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning who swears like a little baby.
Your driving test number today is 17824. We're going to reverse out of here. And all you got to do is remember what you were taught to do and breathe. Tony, nice young man, nervous as. It's all right. It's all right, take a deep breath. He talked straight away that concerned him. After the first couple of streets, I got a bit concerned about the way he was changing gear. And I thought, this is going to be an issue. I'm bringing the clutch up too fast, hitting the accelerator too hard.
Another worry is Tony's shoulder checking, something he has lacked in lessons. Now he's taking it to the max.
The length of the shoulder check meant that he was not looking forward enough. It was going to alter his direction. See that first white car? Reverse back and park behind it, please.
In his lessons, reverse parking had Tony up against it. But will those hours of practice finally pay off in his test? For once, Tony's nailed it.
The only thing that he did wrong was he didn't indicate. But then he stalled. Finished?
Yeah.
He had a bit of a swear to himself.
And when you're ready, we're going to move off again, please.
And it got more and more as the test went on.
Shit.
Towards the back end, it was practically every street. fun he has.
You're not going to be marking on my language?
Language? What language, Mr. Pottermouth?
You know why they're doing it. He's doing it because he's getting upset with himself.
Next entrance on the right-hand side. Then park the car somewhere.
With the test over, will Tony's language be a blessing or a curse?
Okay, make the car safe. All right. So, on the strength of what you've done today, I reckon I should check it again.
Tony's driving test has been 6 months in the making, and it all comes down to this, the result.
I do have a couple of concerns. First one is the way you change gear really, really fast. It's something you do all the time. You just need to relax.
Okay.
Yeah, the nerves get in. Other thing is you're over the top shoulder checks. Man, if you had long hair, I would have got whipped a few times.
Okay.
Way. All right. So, on the strength of what you've done today, I reckon I should check it again. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Passed your driving test today.
Oh. I thought like...
Sign your life away there, Mr. Potty Mouse.
So I'll pass, right?
You passed. Happy?
Yep.
Sure?
So I'll pass, right?
I don't think he actually believed that he'd actually passed because he kept asking. And I kept telling him, yes, you passed your driving test, congratulations. A lot of effort went into what he did. And he's come a long way from his first lesson.
Sarah is working hard and saving up for a second test. Jack's back to the drawing board and taking his test again in a few weeks. Tony wants to make the most of his new driving licence. He hopes to get a job delivering pizza.